Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. So today's video is going to be a question and answers because I recently asked on Instagram stories if you had any questions for me and got quite a lot of responses and thought that I would sit down and film a little video and have a chat because I don't often have chats with you guys, and some of these questions are kind of things that people have wanted to know for a while, or they're kind of my most asked things, like for example about my hair, my Instagram editing, or breakups or anxiety and that kind of thing. So I thought I would just sit down and answer them all in one video, and then you don't have to keep checking back on my stories just in case you miss them. So the first question is, what are your tips for saving for a holiday? Because I really need to start. So my tips for saving for a holiday, I think I might have done a video about this, which if I have, I will leave it linked down below. If not, then I'll make one because that's actually a really good idea. I am the worst person at saving money. You might think otherwise. I might trick you and fool you, but I am terrible at saving money. My family get really wound up about it because I am genuinely never saving money. If I have £100 in my bank account, I will spend that £100 because quite frankly it's there to be spent. But if I'm saving for a trip and it's like a big trip or something, I try and kind of make a note of what money I've got coming in. So for example, you could make a list of like your wages. So if you know you earn X amount per month, you could kind of make a note of how much you have coming out. So your rent, your bills, your car, your phone, or whatever it is that you've got, and see how much money you've got left, and then maybe set part of that aside for the holiday. Selling stuff on Depop is also a really good way. And another way I find really good is if you are out and say, for example, this sounds so millennial world problems, if you are thinking about buying a takeaway coffee that's like £3 something, just think about the holiday and then you'll kind of change your mind. And even though it's only £3 something, if you're buying those every single day, that adds up quite quickly. Also, if it's something like buying a pair of jeans, say for example there's a £40 pair of jeans in Topshop and you love them, you really want them, think about what the cost equivalent is. So think about like the car rental that you could get for that price, or if you're going somewhere in Europe, it could even be the whole flight there and back. Like some places are really cheap, so it's worth looking at like that, and then you kind of gain the perspective to be like, okay, actually I'd much rather spend it on that than spend it on that. I hope that made sense. How are you feeling at this point after your breakup? Oh, we're going in deep quite quickly. I'm going through one right now. Firstly, I'm really sorry that you're going through a breakup, and I hope that since you wrote this, things are getting better. Bit of backstory. I went through a very horrific breakup this summer, and to be honest, I feel like I'm at the point now where I'm so happy and content in my life that I can look back and kind of give advice, and I can see what my friends were saying. The one piece of advice that my friends gave me that really helped is that you should trust the process. It is a really crappy time in your life and it sucks. You get the anger, the upset, the betrayal, the guilt, all of that stuff, but it ends. Just remember to focus on yourself and spend time with people that you love, for example your friends and your family, because they are going to make you feel better. My poor friends had so much to deal with this summer. They were getting the same text every single day about how I'd never get over this boy and how I was so heartbroken and I was damaged and no one would love me and all these things. And now I look back and I'm like, you're actually an idiot, Jess. You were fine. You were just an idiot. Okay, next one. Your hair. Tell us your secrets. It always looks insane. Thank you very much, first and foremost. My hair is probably my favourite thing ever. Secondly, with regards to telling secrets, I actually have a post coming up in a couple of weeks' time all about my tape extensions, because I actually have not talked about it online, but I have hair extensions. I got them a few weeks ago because my hair fell out in New York. Again, we'll talk about that in the video. And I'm going to try and address like hair care routines and stuff, because I often get asked like how I curl it or what products I use, all that kind of thing. So I'm going to address it all in a video because that just makes it a lot easier. Would you like to visit any countries in South America? Yes, I really would. I have actually got a list of places I really want to go, but I'm hoping to do a kind of big trip at some point. I just need someone willing to come with me, and then I'm going to go and kind of do all of them at once, because I think if I'm going to fly all the way over there, I might as well like tick off all the boxes and then fly back. Any plans to live abroad? Yes, I have a lot of plans to live abroad. I really want to live in America on the West Coast. I also still really want a place in Cape Town. I just want like a holiday home there on the beach. You guys know that I'm obsessed with Bloberg. I did talk about it in videos before. I really want that sunset view every single night to fall asleep. I'd never live there per se, but I would have a house there and live there like 3 months of the year or something maybe. And I also love Paris and Barcelona. So 4 very contrasting places, but equally beautiful, and I would love to live somewhere like that. Next question. What filter and app do you use to edit your photos? So I actually use Lightroom and Facetune, but I am going to be selling my presets soon, and I've kind of mentioned this online but not really plugged it as such, because I want to know the date that I'm going to be releasing them before I start going crazy talking about it. But I'm basically trying to iron out the details, so I'm trying to like test run it on different people's pictures, so people with different skin tone, hair colour, etc. I'm trying to make sure I can get the files to export properly so that it's really quick for you guys to download. I'm also going to be setting up a lot of like PDF documents on how to use them. There's going to be a video on how to use them, all that kind of thing. And there's going to be like a core collection, and then there's going to be like little standoff collections. So there'll be ones for like travel, so there'll be like beachy ones and like city ones and all that kind of thing. Basically my Instagram feed, but like every time I go to a different place I have slightly different filters. So like for example, if I'd have done it before Christmas, there would have been a Christmas one and a spring one, etc. How did you start your Instagram without caring what people in your hometown say? Because of the fact that it is now so well known and loads of people do it, I don't think it's weird. And I always think like even people who don't like do Instagram still do Instagram, because no one goes on holiday, for example, and doesn't take the holiday snaps. They don't, like, everyone takes the typical bikini pictures or the pictures with a really nice view behind and that kind of thing. And I just think like, just because like for example my picture is more thought out, it's shot on a better camera, it's edited really well, that doesn't make it any different from the picture that you took on your iPhone that you just straight uploaded to Instagram with a little filter. Like, it's exactly the same thing. And I think if you have the balls to make an Instagram account and make it your job, then fair play. Don't feel embarrassed by it. Everyone has an Instagram account nowadays, and if they don't, then that's the weird thing. I hope I'm answering these nicely. Okay, next one. Favourite brands that you have collaborated with? Number one, hands down, is Pandora. I love Pandora so much. I'm always covered in it, and they were kind enough to take me to Thailand last year, so I will put the video in the link down below. But that was the most incredible trip of my life, and I honestly love working with them. They're such an amazing brand. They're genuinely one of my favourites, and they're a dream, and I'm still with them for the foreseeable future, so you know you're going to see more Pandora soon. Next question. What is your natural hair colour? This is actually my natural hair colour. I don't dye my roots, I only dye my lengths. So all of this brown is my natural hair colour. All of this here. So this you're looking at, that is my natural colour. What's the first thing you drink in the morning? Coffee. I have coffee, but I'm starting to try and drink a Barocca a day, because my sister and my dad and my parents and everyone else swear by drinking Barocca every morning. So I'm starting to try and switch the coffee for a hot Barocca, but we'll see how that goes, because thus far it's still coffee and the Barocca comes about lunchtime. What is your favourite food? I actually love like Mexican food and roast dinners. They are my two favourite things, specifically fajitas, but I have recently discovered vegan cheese and I am obsessed. I can't have dairy, and oh my god, vegan cheese is like the best thing ever. And the question I'm going to end on is, what advice would you give someone trying to be an influencer? I would say, don't compare yourself, number one. Focus on doing what you love, number two. So don't do something that you think you should be doing. Do what you actually want to do. So if you want to do beauty, do beauty. Don't feel like you should do a certain type of beauty. Don't do it because you think you're going to make money from it, because if that's the mentality you go into it with, you're not going to make money. You need to do it because you love doing it. It does show when people just do it for the money. And lastly, make memories. That's kind of where I go with it. I just want to make memories. Like, a lot of the pictures I take, granted, are just like fashion and stuff focused, but all my travel ones are memories. They are all things I've done, and the captions I write are like things that I want to remember and that kind of thing. So that is the one thing I will say, is do it because you love it and don't compare yourself. Like, it doesn't matter how many followers and how many likes someone else gets. It's about being happy with what you do and loving what you do. And on that note, I'm going to end this video because it's actually 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm really tired right now, and I'm literally waffling to the point where I don't even know if I'm going to refilm this video again. But I hope you enjoyed this question and answers, guys. If you have any questions for me, leave them down below and I'll answer them all, because I think there's probably things that people haven't asked or wanted to ask or whatever. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.